I'm Michael Nixon.
I'm Diana DeCarlo, and this is the second part of Geek Crash Questions, where you ask questions and we're going to answer them about our geeky selves.
All right, first up is from our Star Wars episode. Return of the Jedi had that new ending in the special editions or whatever, with the new song and the extended ending, and the whole idea was that, you know, the commentator was talking about the whole universe was, you know, celebrating the fall of the Empire and showing like a greater coming together and stuff. So, you know, what did we think about it?
I have this thing about I'm kind of a movie purist. It came out in 1983. I want to see what it looked like in 1983. I'm generally against digital remastering and, you know, adding new things and new cuts and making it pretty and different. Because, like, take James Bond. Dr. No looks like Dr. No, and you can appreciate it for what it is because you know when it came out, and it looks very, very different from Casino Royale from 2006.
Yeah.
And obviously, if Dr. No came out today, it would be bashed, and people would say, oh, it's campy and it's ridiculous, and...
Or people would love it, alternatively.
Well,
yes. It would be a hit on the DVD market.
But it wouldn't be, not for, like, being, you know, a piece of cinematic greatness, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So... I mean, I feel the same way about Star Wars, about Blade Runner, about any movie.
Yeah, for me, it's the Blade Runner example.
Is that it came out in its time, and it should stay there.
Yeah, for me, like I was saying, it's the Blade Runner example for me. I have that suitcase, big DVD set that came out with every version of Blade Runner on it. I would have less of a problem with Return of the Jedi, and like, I can't even acknowledge like that ending. I can't even like think about it in terms of like, oh, it's great, it expands the universe, because I don't want that. I want what I saw on a VHS tape when I was 7. Like, I want that like me experience, and that's really kind of selfish of me. I get that, whatever. But also, it's like
I don't want the digitally remastered Force Ghost. Exactly.
That's the other thing. Sebastian Shaw does a great job in Return of the Jedi in the like 10 minutes he has to be Darth Vader, like helmetless, well, less, like 5, maybe 3, whatever minutes of like, Luke, this is really bad. I'm all gory and stuff. Blah. But like in that time, you like love Anakin and he's really cool, and then you see him like super cool with his like buddies in the party. But if you're watching that movie for the first time and you haven't seen the prequels and it's a special edition, you see this random dude with funny hair and like a face scar or whatever, and you're like, who are you?
Doesn't make sense.
Why do you look so whiny just standing there? What's your deal, buddy? Like I don't know. Next question.
So, how do we make an episode of Geek Crash Course?
Oh, very complicated process.
Well, we research.
Well, we have a long list of topics.
A very long list.
A lot of people request us to cover topics, and every one of those goes into our list.
A gigantic
huge list. We've scheduled out to the middle of 2014 right now.
Sort of theoretically.
At the moment, it is 2012. Not even. We're about 3/4 of the way through 2012, and we're scheduled out.
So anyway, we pick the next 8 or 10 topics, which is how many episodes we're going to shoot,
and then usually we try and match those up to
what
things
each
that are
of us
coming
knows
out.
best.
What's we know, stuff that's coming out. So we try to make the topics kind of relevant to present stuff.
And then after we've written the shows and exchanged notes on things, we use lasers that would bounce off the moon.
Of course. There were reflectors there. They put there the Apollo missions. You may have heard of them. Rest in peace, Neil Armstrong. Thank you for being so awesome.
And they reflect back into our secret volcano lair where we shoot.
Yes. One of several surreptitious lairs we have hidden amongst the solar system.
Yes.
But we're currently chilling out in our summer volcano lair.
It has a very loud refrigerator.
Fantastic.
And then
it has to. It's a volcano.
And then we take the astronauts that we kidnapped from the future.
Futurenauts.
Futurenauts, yes. And we've enslaved them, and they edit our shows.
Enslaved is harsh. We pay them a modest fee to do a reasonable amount of work. They do not have health or dental, though.
And we just kind of keep very close tabs on them. And then the elves that live in my computer run around and upload it to the internet machine.
Elf seems insensitive. You should probably check yourself on that one. Final question. You openly indulge in geekery, but is there something you don't admit to liking because it's too geeky?
Have you seen our show?
I don't, the entire show is things I geek on, and, well, mostly, except for the things she
stuff
geeks
that I
on,
geek on.
that I don't. No, my thing I don't usually like to admit is that I am not a gamer, like at all. I'm huge into comics. I'm really big into TV and movies. I'm just generally terrible at playing video games, so I've never really gotten into video games. I like them as a passive experience. I do what I call backseat gaming. I'll like watch Diana game, or I'll watch my roommate game, and yell things at them.
Yeah, and I actually, kind of the flip side of that, I always have kind of more of a hard time admitting that I am a gamer, because I feel like as a lady you're supposed to be daintier and read books and watch TV, but you're not supposed to admit to like shooting things and stealing cars and driving really fast and blowing stuff up.
No, that just makes you sound more awesome.
Alright, I'll take it. So yeah, I like blowing stuff up, guys.
Yeah, and I do not really game that much.
You watch me blow stuff up.
Yeah. And I go, yeah, that kind of thing. So, if you have any questions for us, let us know in the comments below. Just ask those questions down there, guys.
Or you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and our website, geekcrashcourse.com.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any answered questions in future installments of Geek Crash Questions. See you next time, guys.